His police department here in Richmond, fellow law enforcement, family and friends said goodbye to Officer Daniel Ellis. I'm Sam Dick in Richmond with live team coverage.
A 100-mile procession took Officer Ellis to his final resting place. Hear from people who lined the route to salute him.
Coming up, I'll tell you about a piece of legislation that would allow homeschooled and private school students to participate in public school activities.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Sam Dick reporting live from Richmond. Today, a community said goodbye to their police officer. 33-year-old Officer Daniel Ellis touched a lot of lives in this community in the 7 years he served with the Richmond Police Department. He also graduated from Eastern Kentucky University and was a member of the SAE fraternity, touching a lot of lives there as well. And many people know his wife, Katie, an assistant principal in Madison County. We have team coverage tonight from this morning's funeral service attended by thousands to the 100-mile procession to Officer Ellis's burial in Adair County. We begin with a funeral held at Alumni Coliseum, where thousands showed up to honor the officer, many of them police officers from around the state and the country. Victor Puente joins us live from the EKU campus with how Officer Ellis was remembered during the service. Victor.
Everyone I spoke to today commented on Officer Daniel Ellis's kindness. They went as far as saying even many of the people that he had arrested liked him.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee.
Through the tears that were shed today in Alumni Coliseum, those that knew Daniel Ellis said he never missed a chance to help people.
How he helped stranded motorists. How he gave an elderly woman rides home from work at night because she was afraid to walk. How he treated a person suffering from mental health issues as a human being rather than a police problem.
Ellis's chief spoke publicly for the first time since he was shot last week. He said he was a great officer, but an even better man.
Our lives will never be the same again.
Brock made a promise to Ellis's wife and young son that they would forever be a part of the family of officers. He also said the night Ellis died, the skies opened up, but by the next morning, a rainbow had made its way across the police department.
It was as if Daniel was telling us that he was safe forevermore and that we shouldn't fret.
After the service, Ellis's body was carried by some of his colleagues, while hundreds of others gave a final salute. The chief said today that the small sliver of light in all of this darkness was the way the community has reacted to him and all of his officers. There were so many cruisers here after this service that it took about 45 minutes to clear this lot for the procession. Live in Richmond, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. The burial service for Officer Ellis began a short time ago at a cemetery in Adair County. The procession arrived there just after 5 o'clock this afternoon. We have some videos showing the first cars of the procession passing underneath the large American flag not far from the cemetery. Our Monique Blair is there, and she'll have more on the burial service tonight on WKYT News at 11. A procession involving hundreds of cars, in fact, one person told me they counted 700, took Officer Ellis from Richmond to his final resting place. And at one point, the procession stretched for 12 miles. Officer Don shooting these scenes from Sky First over Richmond. Here you can see the hearse carrying the officer turning from Lexington Road toward Interstate 75 just after it passed the police department. Many people lining the procession route in Richmond. Here you can see the main street downtown where people were lined up in some places too deep. Our Sean Moody talked to people who stood along the route to pay their last respects.
No, I've been here 2 or 3 times. It's just something to keep you on your back.
John Willis got to the Richmond Police Department early. He and his wife Edna spent a few minutes taking in the sight of Officer Daniel Ellis's cruiser, smothered with flowers, balloons, and notes.
Makes you want to just cry and scream at the same time.
As the morning went on, more and more people showed up. They dropped off mementos, and the thousands got into position. There were hundreds of police vehicles from all over the state and beyond. It seemed to take forever to get to the police department, but no one seemed impatient. They seemed to want to send love to every car that passed.
Well, it's just very important, and it's very emotional. I think just seeing people and that they care enough to do this, it just makes me, renews my hope.
You know, it's still nice to come together as a community and, you know, focus and show support to one another.
Then Officer Ellis's hearse arrived, flanked by officers on motorcycles. It pulled up right in front of the police department and stopped, letting Officer Ellis spend just a few more moments at his post before continuing his final journey. In Richmond, Sean Moody, WKYT.
People also lined up along the procession route from Madison County towards Adair County to salute Officer Ellis. In Berea, hundreds of people lining up along the exit 76 overpass on Interstate 75. Many of them holding American flags or wearing special shirts in honor of the fallen officer. There was also a large American flag draped over the overpass bridge. A similar scene in Rockcastle County as the procession passed by Mount Vernon. 800 students and teachers at Rockcastle County High, along with staff, standing outside the school today to pay their respects to the officer and his family. Students also made special banners in his memory. The principal said she hoped this would result in students having a deeper respect for law enforcement. One of the more touching pictures along the procession route today was just outside of Alumni Coliseum in Richmond. A Frankfort police officer came to pay his respects to Officer Ellis, and he brought with him his young son. The officer told us his son will turn 3 tomorrow, the same age as Luke Ellis, the only child of Officer Ellis. We'll have much more about Officer Ellis and how he's being remembered on our website, WKYT.com. Amber and Jennifer, today a police officer was buried, but let's not forget he was a husband, he was a father, he was a son and a brother. He died violently serving his community, and he went home today with prayers, tears, and love. And today, a lot of people showed out here in Madison County and beyond, there's still a lot of good in this world, despite the horrible stories that we have to sometimes report.
Sam, it makes us all feel good that we live in this community, doesn't it?
Yes, very, very, very proud of that.
All right. Thank you for your reporting. We'll see you back here soon. Thank you. Well, tonight we are tracking some changes coming in our weather.
Gusty winds and even a few storms are expected to move in. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at the forecast. Chris?
Starting to get the first shower and thunderstorm action into far western Kentucky right now. It's out ahead of a cold front. It's a strong front with a potent area of low pressure that is spinning here across parts of Iowa. Snow on the western side of that. Severe thunderstorms out ahead of that into parts of Missouri and Iowa, where we've had damage from tornadoes. Look at the thunderstorms, though, beginning to go up from St. Louis down toward Paducah and parts of western Tennessee, though most of Kentucky just seeing some general clouds as of now. Late this evening, wee hours of the morning, we'll see that line of thunderstorms developing to our west and rolling on in to central and eastern Kentucky. What we're dealing with now across most of the area, cool temperatures into the low and mid 50s. Numbers may actually come up a few degrees. Look at your hour-by-hour future radar. By midnight, thunderstorms are breaking out quickly into parts of central Kentucky. Scattered stuff will then take us into early tomorrow morning. We'll re-loop that and show you that by the time we get into that midnight hour, watch your timeline there at the top. You see those showers and storms into parts of central Kentucky. Any thunderstorm out there tonight can have some very gusty winds, even without storms. Ladies, our winds tonight may gust up to 30 and 40 miles per hour. It's a very active 7-day forecast with a little bit of a break. We'll pinpoint that when I come back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. New tonight, police have 2 people in custody following a chase on Interstate 75.
State police say it started in Madison County this afternoon when Berea police tried to make a traffic stop, but they say the driver of the car wouldn't stop. Police chased the car along northbound I-75 until they were able to stop it near exit 104 in Lexington.
We believe that the chase was started due to drug-related incident. There was also a large amount of money, over $5,000, that was seized in the incident.
Police say they brought in a Lexington police K-9 unit to search the car for drugs. They say charges are now pending against the man and woman inside the car.
When Kentucky lawmakers return to Frankfort for the legislative session in January, they'll consider a bill named after former Florida and NFL quarterback Tim Tebow. The bill's supporters say it will give homeschooled students a chance to play sports. New at 6, Sam Smith talks to the bill's sponsor.
Should homeschooled students be allowed to play sports at public schools? Representative Stan Lee says yes.
This is just an opportunity to allow some children to succeed, and it benefits everybody.
The bill named after Tim Tebow, who was a homeschooled student that played high school football, was pre-filed by Representative Lee.
These parents pay the same taxes that everyone pays, even though they don't have children in the public school system.
The bill doesn't just apply to homeschooled students.
We call this the library. I think we have some very, very talented students that would be a great asset to any program that they participated in.
Students at a private school that doesn't have a particular activity would be able to participate in that activity at a public school. Jennifer Peterson with Montessori High School in Lexington says that'll benefit their 20 students.
And being a small school, we aren't able to host these big extracurricular activities. So it would be a great way for our kids to interact with other students and participate in these organized activities.
In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
KHSAA Commissioner Julian Tackett says the organization has not supported versions of this bill in the past. He says he looks forward to working with lawmakers on this bill to find out what works best for all students.
On this Veterans Day, ceremonies were held around the Bluegrass to honor those who have served our country. We'll take you to 2 of those events next.